Yeah, that looks like about it.
Welcome back to Digiburst, guys. This is the final round for locals of the week, BT6 format. We've got 3 Musketeers, top tier contender, on the left, and Gabumon Bond with a hint of hybrid on the right. 2 very top tier decks, and of course we see Musketeer opening very well with a Gabumon and a rookie, and Gabumon hitting both a option and a 3 Musketeer, which is really nice too. Now we've got a nice setup here on blue. We've got the Gabumon coming out of nursery when it's ready next turn, as well as the mat setup. So if we hit a Gabumon Bond here, unfortunately not, but we might already have one in our hand. They might already be set up to hit for 2 security next turn. But that's of course a very risky play very early on, especially when the Gabumon Bond will disappear after battle at the end of the turn. Gabumon will get the draw and the discard here from the Demi Mirror. And now we're setting up the grave for the 3 Musketeer player, already getting one of the options in the trash. Of course, we want to get as many of them in the trash as possible. Now we've got 2 after discarding to get the effect of the Rebellion, so it becomes a blocker with retaliation. We get that draw and the free memory. Gabumon here will draw him a card. Hopefully we'll dig for that bond and set up just some more bodies on the board so we can hit that security as fast as possible. That's pretty much the win condition of Gabumon Bond. You want to end the game as fast as possible because this sort of deck has no blockers and has very few avenues for removal besides the Gabumon Bond. But of course, when you attack with Gabumon Bond, you will, if you're doing that quick evolution, you will be losing a lot of security. So it's a very high tempo, low early game sort of deck. So to wrap this up as fast as possible will be in the game plan for Gabumon Bond here. And that's why they're hard playing so much stuff. To get all that draw in, they need to see their Gabumon Bond in order to get their win condition in. And I don't think they've had a single hit on security yet. Unless that Gabumon, the Gabumon earlier did, which I might have missed. Ooh, big board wipe. Not looking so good for Gabumon Bond right now. Now that they've got 6 in the trash for their options / Musketeers. The blues hand looking pretty healthy right now. Davis should be able to reveal. Let's see if we can find a bond. No bond, unfortunately. Got another Gabumon though, that might be able to draw him into the bond. But we do have a lot of resources right now in the blues hand, but none for pushing for game. Especially when 3 Musketeers has that big blocker there in Gabumon. So the Musketeer player is playing it very safe, swinging when they need to, just slowly chipping away. They swung with the blocker here because here of course, sorry, forgot her name again though, but she will use the effect of the black option in the trash to wipe the board. That kills anything of, I think, 7 or 8 cost or lower, which of course the megas are not. In a very desperate situation here, I think blue has packed it up and yep, that would be 3 hits in. That's game 1 for 3 Musketeers. They played it very safe and slowly chipping away at security, turned the Gabumon Bond off. And obviously keeping a blocker and removing all their little guys as much as possible, kept their security nice and safe. On to game 2. Seem to be opening very well, getting lots of draws in, setting up Gabumons for the Gabumon Bond later. Both players opening up a rookie, which is nice to see. we will establish that blocker there for 3 Musketeers. That will slow down Gabumon Bond here, especially when Gabumon Bond tends to have like a rookie rush sort of playstyle. We'll let this one go, that'll hit into a rookie luckily enough. So yeah, playing a rookie like playstyle, the obvious counter is to play big blockers, and that's what we see with the Mechanorimon there. Obviously a hard cost 4 is pretty easy to do. 3 Musketeer doesn't matter, that doesn't mind too much with giving away memory, because obviously that's the sort of playstyle they do. And ooh, V-Wing. That will bounce any guy to hand, which makes them force the hard play of the Mechanorimon again. That's not too big of a deal. That Gorillamon can get another swing in, and Mechanorimon might just let that go again. And look at that free draw off the Upamon, of course, because Mechanorimon doesn't have a source. That seems just to be the win condition here for blue. They want to just get as many draws as possible. And the 3 Musketeers doesn't want to get their security too low, so they will trade the Gorilla for the Mechanorimon. This one seems to be more in favor for Gabumon Bond this time, especially when 3 Musketeers has yet to establish any graveyard presence for their option / Musketeers in the trash. Getting the free draw off the Digimon though might help. Having a peek at their hand, it looks like it's pretty clogged up with option cards, which is kind of harsh for them. Especially with the fly bullet just hitting a Gorillamon. That's not good value. Ooh, we've got plenty of memory here for the blue player. Free swing, no Gabumon Bond unfortunately. That would have been a good time to Gabumon Bond. Oh, except they only have 3 in their security. Because if they did Gabumon Bond, they would lose 2 security, and then the Musketeer could potentially get in more hits. But of course, one of the Bond's hits would flush the Labradormon to the bottom of the deck. And Musketeer is assuming that they probably have the Lobomon in hand. That's why they hit the Gabumon when they did. And if you've got 2 Lobomons, then that's game. And we see it. Blue will take game 2 and we'll go on to game 3. So Musketeer decided to let the Gabumon Bond player go first. They'll open a memory booster but no rookies, and they'll grab a rookie right there. Unfortunately, they'll see the Gabumon Bond hit the bottom of the deck, but hopefully they'll find one of the other copies another way. So now both players have rookies. Very familiar play, same as game 1, rookie evolving and then Deputymon. And getting 1 hit for a Musketeer but no option. That's probably alright. 3 Musketeer probably already has a bunch of options already, just because of how they orientate their hand. They orientate their deck, they probably have a lot of options anyway. Ooh, that's a hard hit for the Itmon swing. Usually you want your Itmon to die so you can get 3 cards in the trash with its milling and the Gammy Mirror. So unfortunately hitting into a memory boost is kind of harsh for them. But of course it's not the worst of things, because they can just restand and smack into the security again, and whittling away security is always a good thing for the player. Gorillamon hitting into a Sora and Mimi is harsh for blue, because now both players have a pretty well established board. Blue has their mat set up now, so they can potentially go for a bond soon. But if everyone swings here, then they won't have the security to pay to get the evolution of the bond from a Gabumon. and that Gabumon there is stopping the memory boosters from going off. Gundramon here will hit, yes, will hit a Happy Bullet thing and kill the Gorillamon. The Trump Sword wouldn't do it because it is suspended. And now we've got 3 in the trash for Musketeers and options, so that's looking pretty good. Hammer Spark. Oh, Hammer Spark will not go off because of Gabumon. 3 Musketeer player playing nice just because, you know, legally that option would have been played and he would have got no effect. But it is local, so he lets that go through. And now the Bond will attack, restand, tuck away the Gabumon. That option will not go off. It has an effect to add to hand and not activate the effect. Now, because the Gabumon is gone, we can use those boosters to get back 4 memory. Ooh, we do need to get rid of that blocker in order to swing and keep swinging. We'll tuck away the Impmon, hit again. It's still looking pretty dangerous with only 1 security left. And now both players only have 1 security. Putting them at 6 is risky, especially when your opponent will probably have removal option cards. The Gabumon Bond will go. So Musketeers will hit for that last security. They'll kill the Impmon, they'll get the draw and the discard, as well as the draw and discard for the Sora and Mimi. And that will establish their grave pretty well for lots of options in the trash. And now they just need to flood the board. Oh, they'll get this for free. This will get rid of the 1 threat. And now, Zwart will be able to punch out a lot of blockers. So if blue had a bunch of Lobomons in their hand, they would normally be able to evolve the Matt and the Davis for 2 Lobomons, and that would potentially smack for game. But now that they have a Mechanorimon, that's really harsh, especially when Lobomon is only a 5k beater. That can't beat past the Mechanorimon, so the Lobomon would run into the Mechanorimon, and the Mechanorimon would just restand when the Lobomon dies. So this is not a game that blue can win now. Oh, we see a bounce for the... Oh, we see 2 Hammer Sparks. Can we gain more memory? I don't think they can. Lobomon can hit for 1 security. Can we get another hit in? I don't think we have the memory for it, but we'll see. 1 and nothing. That last Hammer Spark must be in the deck. That's too bad. Very good game overall. I will be putting up the deck list for the Gabumon Bond player soon. But if you like what you see, feel free to check out the rest of my stuff and subscribe. See you guys next time.